All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to track loading again. I don't know why it keeps crashing, but sounds and looks loaded now, so let's hope it's all good. Let's quickly do 3 corners of prep, I think. Max pedal force, right? Adjust the camera again because it didn't save. Should be nice. And I think the colors are a bit more blue than normal. Let me know if you see a difference, but I have fiddled around with some settings a little bit and now it's maybe a bit more blue, I don't know. Oh, we have a fan. Right, so what we have here today, some evening session at Sebring. It's already over for the practice. I think it's nice now that it actually writes practice at the top as I'm using this plugin. And straight to quali. Maybe a bit more fuel just in case. FFB is gone. We have some quite good drivers today here. We have Polesny, we have my teammate Jesper, we have Nicolini, Mr. Barclay. Should be some fun racing. Good evening, Marvin. Alex, it's not very obvious. Okay, well that's only good, I guess. Now we have also Musaidis. He's also a quick driver from RF2. Not sure if I have seen him much in LMU. Brakes or tires are very, very cold. See how the brake bias is currently. I still need to put it quite a lot to the rear, but the tires will heat up and then it's gonna be less locky uppy. Colin, yes indeed. Oh, yo. I still want to have some rubber on the front wheels once I start my quali lap. Let's just try 47. Now the rears are locking. Okay. Maybe I should not put... Maybe I shouldn't have put 100% brake pressure. But well, I'll just brake less, I guess. Struggled with Le Mans, with the BMW. Yeah, I don't know. Oh right, today it's the first day of the weekly event. Yeah, I cannot really give any tips about BMW because I've not driven it yet. Hi Dalibor. Right, quali, here we go. First purple lap. quite understeery still. To police me with 0.3, I need to find 3.3 seconds compared to my super slow first lap. But this Corvette drives very good. I keep locking up. It's not great. I don't know what's going on, like it's so easy to lock up. Front or rear. As if I have messed up my brake pressure settings in the Hoisingfeld profile. Was very close to the barrier. Let's see. Need to gain a lot more time. No! Don't give me a cut. I just keep locking up. Oh no. Right. Can I find a couple more tenths in the second part of the lap? I can't. It locked up again. I have no idea what's going on. I've never had that much of locking, and I think the rear's locked up this time. Oof, that's gonna be a fun race. And P1, Herend, I have not heard about him yet, but... well, he's quick. I guess we could practice the pit entry, but we will not need the pit entry anyway. Well, I will go straight to car setup and decrease this max pedal force, because this is scary. Maybe let's calculate also the fuel. Where is my calculator? Marvin, you were on practice server, copy. And Colin, if hypercar looks like it will be no more... I don't know exactly what that means. Hi Duarte. The LED bros, so the outer three are the tire temps, the inner are a slip angle of the front tires. Now let me quickly double check my fuel. Used 3 liters, okay. 22 times 60 divided by, I guess, 119. 12 laps. I'm gonna take 38. Well, my Hoisingfeld max force is 39 kilos here. I normally use like, yeah, 30, 39, 40, 42. I don't know, it just kept locking up so badly. Ay, ay, ay. We will have some very nice race. Oh, also Gibbons is here. Some very fast names. Daniela, yes, for sure. RPG. Hello, I will race. I will race the 2.4 on Sunday evening. I have something else on Friday, and also on Saturday we have RF2 Virtual Endurance Championship pre-season race, so I'll be doing that. And Dalibor, yeah, I think, I don't know, like, I think this locking up now was just like my, like, I would need to recalibrate my brain before the pedal. Alright, but here we go for the start. Check the messages a bit later, if I can. Wide. Had to back out of it. Ah, he cut me over. Okay. Was way too far to dive. Couldn't make the apex fast enough anyway. I keep locking up, I don't understand. And that was front right now. Alright, hi Yankesh, how do I feel? If you mean about COVID, I'm quite a lot better now. And I'm in fact already negative. So that's nice. And I see about Isota Franchini. They should have taken Vanval again instead of them. And let the guys improve the Vanval hypercar. That's the, ooh, nice wiggle from Barclay. And that's Jesper's purple Porsche head. Yeah, we have overlap. I just have no confidence on the brakes, unsurprisingly. What a battle. That's off track, Mr. Ferrari, that's off track. That was a bit too hectic, but I kind of gained a position and survived, so... Let's go hunt the next cars. Ay, ay, ay. I really don't know what it is. It feels like the car is a bit different. Maybe the default setups have been updated. But it surely feels a lot different than what I'm used to. Maybe a click of brake bias further to the rear. Jesper seems to be struggling a little bit as well. Timo Vanwall was, as far as I understood, not that bad, but there was like a huge fatal flaw that had to be kind of fixed, and like they didn't have time to fix it, or money, or personnel, or whatever, and then they were thrown out of WEC. But if that thing was fixed, then suddenly it could have gained a second or second and a half per lap or so. Dalibor, the dramatic braking with a lot of squealing, yes. Andy, this is a race. Packers, yeah, it does feel like it's hitting the Packers a lot. That would explain all the locking up. Oh, yeah, it just like when I hit the curb.
The Porsche is so off pace.
Yeah, I see you're struggling a little bit. That was the purple Porsche talking. My Jesper teammate. Yeah, when I hit
like
that curb.
Down the straights, people are just flying past me.
Yeah, Porsche doesn't really have any top speed.
Like in the slipstream, the Corvette, like it still pulled away, even though I was in the toe.
Okay. Luckily he caught it, but he bounced hard off the wall. Oh, this race is crazy. I couldn't even finish my sentence about that curb, but like that curb in sector 2 in that tricky 90-degree right. Normally you can kind of take it a little bit with GTEs, but here it just rockets like into the air. Oh, the Porsche has no pace indeed. Oh. At least you can do a corner, I cannot.
Well, I gave it to you.
Just feels so strange, this setup. Yeah, it reacts so abruptly to that curb. Well, to any curb, to be honest. And maybe not to any, like here I can kind of take. And these ones as well. And then in some corners the balance is beautiful. And then in some other corners suddenly it's just so unpredictable. LMVS preview, well, I hope so. Although in LMVS I'll try to be a bit further ahead. I think also there is a big discrepancy between top speeds of the default setups. Like the Porsche can go very fast in a straight line, but it's made in such a way that it's just utterly slow on the straights, but good in the corners. And then the Ferrari is very fast on the straights, but it has no cornering. Corvette is kind of alright, I think, all around. I just have no feeling at all on the brakes after all the lockups that I had. So I'm just tiptoeing in every braking zone now. Slowly trying to regain my confidence. Yes, and if you mean LMVS, surely I would prefer a hypercar. Jesper, where are you going? Were those lightings, were like some lights turned on? Maybe that was already the trackside lighting, although it's still very sunny. I would just need to dive into some corner, but he's superior on the brakes. Well, Luca, I think they will be figuring out some better sounds sooner or later. Very opportunistic.
What?
Thank you. Somehow in the podium. Let's see if I can pull away from Jesper. Yes, it was tailor-made for my Corvette, that space in the middle. It just has so much understeer on the exits. probably a lot of front packers, but a lot less rear packers, which means that on the exits it's just struggling to get any rake, and then it's pointing into the air, and then I apply throttle and it just pushes off. But it looks like I have pace on Jesper, so... Let's see if I can make some purples and maybe close in on P2. That curb is not great. It's takeable, but not with this setup. Hi Jose. Victor, no VC today. I think Michi will be doing some VC. What Michi says that he will be streaming LMU but earlier, and then he will switch to VC, so I guess that's what he's doing. Ah, copy Alex. That's unfortunate because I have put it correctly before the stream, but maybe it's not been properly tightened. I will quickly adjust after the race, but it's 6 minutes to go. Be like this. Maybe it's fixed for a minute and then it slides down again, but I will properly readjust later. Joao, yes, it's not easy to drive, especially in high-speed corners. It's taken me literally like 10 attempts to make Eau Rouge flat out without a spin. But it's kind of fun. In some corners, like in slow speed corners, I think it's really good. And probably in the wet as well. Some terror in VC. Yeah. Victor, I guess you mean some high-speed hypercar flybys. Mr. Bombastic, I like the FOV to be exactly like it would be in real life. Like the geometry perfectly spot on. So I use FOV calculator and I measure the distance between my eyes and the monitor and calculate the correct degrees for the FOV. So in this position here it's 26. Closing in on P2, but with a little bit too many mistakes. Joao, you mean RF2 C8, right? I mean, it's the same car as this, just, yeah, the tires on here are a lot more improved. So 2 more laps, actually 3 more. Closing in on P2 quite rapidly, to be honest. Might have a chance. but not if I do stuff like this. Come on! Ah, lost 6 tenths. And it was such a weird lockup into that hairpin, like initially the braking was gentle, all was good, I tried to turn in and suddenly front right locked. And you can immediately know it's the backers being too high, because if you press the brake hard at the start of braking zone and you have immediate lockup on GTEs, that means that it's hitting the backers immediately.
Is it 1 lap or 2 laps?
I think 2 more.
Then I don't have enough fuel.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it was tight between 1 extra lap. Luckily I took enough for the extra lap. Ferrari tires have died. Well, some things never change. I still have PTSD from that GT Pro Season 4 or whatever it was. In good old RF2 esports days. Where I took the Ferrari and it had double the tire wear of all other cars. So let's see now if Kolesny crosses the line late enough to avoid the extra lap.
That's loggy.
Yep.
That got that slowed down so much.
That was
a bad car.
I kept locking up so hard.
Yeah, I didn't. I just
Yeah.
like just didn't wanna go.
I locked up in every quali attempt. Alright. That was fun race. I should have been able to get
that's a
P2,
new
but
world record with half a second in this race. That's pretty nice. With David.
world record. Ah, you're counting the lap times.
Yeah, the leaderboard.
Ah.
Yeah, the leaderboard. It was 59.7 before.
Ah,
and
right.
doing 59s was like fairly easy for me, like over 1 lap. But in the race, I got overtaken on that, my fastest lap, and had no tires then.
This was fun. Ah, poor Jesper. But what what kind of a rejoin is that? Come on.
Alright, so what now?
Well, we stay in beginner. We do, I think it's Monza LMP2.
Alright. Hopefully, better pace.
Hopefully. Well, the default setup is supposedly quite bad, but let's see.
All right. I did have the world record at some point with the default setup, but I don't know if they changed.
Yeah, I think for sure the setups have changed. Because
That
the
sucks because
The Corvette felt massively different than before, so I had no feeling at all.
okay,
Robin is doing this race.
he did the last race as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He was in our split,
Nice.
but good to see it.
Yep.
So the leaderboard is 38.5. That's the quickest lap.
That's so slow. But
Yeah.
not complaining about how slow the driver is, but how the setup is slow.
Okay,
Because that default setup is such a garbage.
let me check what I did. I did the world record. So world record fix was 39.0 back 3 months ago. And I was like 2.5 tenths clear of P2.
Ah, yeah, with some update, at some point the LMP2 became like 2 seconds faster.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see.
So fuel, I guess 38 as usual or whatever.
I have no idea. I will calculate later. Need to do some
Okay.
laps. Well, we actually have a lot of time between the beginner races this time around.
Yeah. Do you need to change the max pedal force or no?
Probably not. Like on my setup, I was able to take like around 83, but it had a lot more grip.
Okay.
Right. I forgot about the chat a little bit when I was talking with my teammate. Thank you for the GGs and GRs. I will look at the DR when I go out of this server. It should open on its own, right? But sometimes it just goes straight to main menu, so I forget about it. Well, Victor, smurfing in beginner. Beginner is the most competitive series in LMU. Hi, Jim. And I hope the camera is better now. I must have missed a lot of messages during the Sebring race, but it was so hectic that I just had to focus on the corners, and I still kept failing. Actually, the balance is quite nice.
I'm on my outlap with cold tire, so I have no clue.
Why is everybody smurfing in beginner? Well, it would be awesome if there were like 3 splits of advanced, with everybody doing the advanced, because it's like nice combos. What's it called? One stint sprint with all classes and so on. Should be very nice, but nobody is really registering, or like not nobody, but it's not a lot of people doing it. Camera is good, awesome, thank you, Alex. Hello, Sim Racing boys, welcome. Yeah, this default setup is not that bad. Bit understeery maybe, but well, let's see.
Is it 150 braking point into T1?
I think it's 120-ish.
Well, I tried and I just continue straight.
Ah, well, if you have cold brakes, you will not stop.
Well, I don't know.
I will check again now. I'm in sector 2.
Okay.
Alex, yeah, Hyper Sprint Series, yeah, but I have never done advanced race, to be honest. I just assume there is not enough people in there to make it worth doing. GG Matteo. Yeah, I was not sliding everywhere, I was locking up everywhere. And Mr. Bobasnik, well, I did answer you before about FOV. So if you missed it, I prefer realistic FOV. So, well, by realistic I mean calculated perfectly. So let's see the breaking point. Locking and sliding, copy. 120 into turn 1 is good.
Alright, let me try again.
Oh,
Yeah,
David
there's no
has
way.
registered.
Like, I'm not close to stopping.
That's weird.
But the
Well,
brakes
maybe...
almost get all cold, like 200 degrees.
Yeah, that's not great. That means that it's limited. Like at the start, when you start braking, it's very limited. Well, maybe it's 130. Like I just judge it 120 according to my camera position and so on. Check the DR. Yes.
Yeah, but I think I braked like 130 there, and I wasn't even close.
I don't know what to say.
If yeah, me neither.
Quali killed me. But that was P3. Isn't there something? Okay, anyway. Let's quickly join. This is gonna be competitive as well. Nice to see so many good drivers joining in today. Yeah, quali, yeah. I don't know, I messed up the quali so much at Sebring, it felt horrendous. Just because of the brakes. What is this? Yeah. Stuff keeps popping out on the main monitor. Alright. Gonna leave it on the default values for the brakes. Copy, James. Yeah, I always struggle a bit with, or still with, in LMU because I'm not used to it yet. Because, well, the tires are cold, and then you have 3 attempts, and the balance is changing all the time. What is this guy doing? Yeah, that's called brakes. Rolling boards. They should add some drag to those boards. Yeah, Andy. Well, I got negative from P3, so I was confused by that. Yeah, for the weekly, yes, no DR gain this week, but maybe Andy can explain more if he's allowed to. Can I use... Yes, I can use that curb.
Do you move the brake bias? Is it something like that?
No, I don't touch the brakes. It's perfect as it is.
Alright.
Could maybe go a click rearwards, if anything. If I didn't brake, I would crash into him. Okay. Yeah, good to know exactly what's the length of quali when it's missing. 6 minutes. I don't know. I keep driving 14. That's quite laggy. Now it's better. I think it was loading the railroad and it was very laggy. Copy, James. Well, I don't really know about the sectors. I keep forgetting though about the cold brakes. And then it's so rough over those anti-cuts. 8 splits. I didn't check it, but yeah, that's quite a nice number. Ooh, Andy, 62 cars, okay. But you don't mean special event, you mean weekly event, right? There is no special event. It's funny because sometimes people call it the weekly special. It was supposed to be a special. Well, I'm sure it will be special, but yeah. I hope I'm among those who can stay in the server without a disconnection. I'll try streaming it, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Either way, 2 hot laps at Monza, let's go. Yeah, I think about the understeer, it's just that the front spring is so stiff. But it's very precise because it's so stiff. That second apex of Ascari is, on my setup, easy flat. It's not even a corner, but here I have to really try hard to make it flat. Had a bit of a lock up into that parabolic entry, but sector 2 is purple. 2 more attempts actually, okay. P1 beautiful. Maybe I will adjust the brake bias by a click. One click is not much. It's have to be enough. How was that not a cut out of Lesma 1? If I do that out of Lesma 2, it's instant invalidation. But well, I take it. So much understeer. Previous lap I messed it up as well, so Delta didn't die on me. One more attempt. Thank you, Nick. I hope you had a nice start into the game without glitches and crashes. Indeed, Victor. That was fast. Looks like the car just needs to take those anti-cuts at Ascari exit. Nice. Well, that's fast. 37.7. That was a great lap. Oof.
Well done.
Thank you.
I got like 2 or 3 laps I got.
Unlucky.
It is what it is. Like down low, holy shit, the car is weird. Like
yeah, I
it
think it's so
over-rotates.
over-rotates.
Yeah, I'm like losing it in turn 1 almost every lap, like fully sideways.
I would love a bit more rotation into turn 1, to be honest, but I don't get it.
Okay, I'm over-rotating.
Yeah, the 220
So
front
how much
spring.
fuel do we need?
Oh, fuel. I keep forgetting about it. Is it 22 minutes? Yes, it is. I'm doing the numbers. 3 liters per
Right.
lap. 98. 14 laps times 3. 43 should be fine, I think. 44. 43 should be alright.
Okay.
Yeah,
More
thank you,
than
James.
expected. Alright, let the struggle begin.
Let's
Like the
win
new...
the race in turn 1.
Yeah, of course. I have... Like, I don't get the new physics at all.
You have not driven much after the new tires, right?
Yeah, I have not.
Remember to warm up the brakes, otherwise turn 1 is gonna be hell.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hit you, so... It's fine. Out top line.
Wait, you're on the inside.
Yeah, I'm behind David.
Alright, well, enjoy.
You too.
Hi Sean, if that's how I have to pronounce. Thank you for the greetings. Message retracted. Is that a bot? Right. I slept. Oh, Jesper is giving a bum draft to David. Oh no. Break late. David is going off. Jesper is... Okay. Good job.
Well, thank you.
Need to defend. I don't know what is it about the start, like the green lights, they don't trigger any response in me, like it's green block saying keep 60 kph and then it jumps to the green lights, and I even put extra indicators on the steering wheel, but I don't know, it just somehow represses any fast reaction from me. Anyway, we survived. Jesper from P4 to P1. David lost the most. But yeah, he completely overshot the first chicane. Yeah, James, brake drag, like this car really suffers from cold tires. You need to heat up the tires before doing any fast racing. Most compared to any other car. Like other cars kind of have a bit of that effect, but in LMU, but this car really has a big effect. Well, Sean, it's early access, but it's fully released. All the content is in there. But there are still some, let's say, bugs and glitches that are being worked on, and some functionality that will be added later. So it's not really a seamless operation yet, or seamless experience, but it's great fun. With occasional game crash, but... Well, I just had 1 or 2 game crashes in all these months during a race. All other crashes were in random moments in the menu. Well, hard to say what is a full game. It has 8 tracks. More tracks are upcoming in the next months. It's got the full 2023 World Endurance Championship content, so in that aspect it's kind of full. LMGT3s are incoming, end of this year, start of next year. Well, James, it's still 39, right? But let's see how fast we get. And let's see how much speed Jesper can find. It takes that anti-cut so tremendously well. That's gonna be a sub 39, but not by much. The front is so stiff that you just need to flick it from turn 1 into turn 2. Because there will be not much mechanical cooperation from the front, so you just need to go full crazy to make the rear to rotate. Well, Jesper is indeed finding some nice pace, and Gumball in P3 is closing in. James, I'll try my best to beat it, don't worry. Although I guess we'll be battling too hard to be able to beat it. I think that the lap times should just be becoming faster and faster, right? Let's see. It's just funny because on improved setup it's 37s, not 38s. I think, if I remember correctly. Tires die here, okay. No, Alex, I see the post disappearing as well. What Jesper did there was probably a cut. It's surely quite understeery and very stiff on the front. So yeah, on the left side, the tire wear is quite telling. It's gonna be more and more understeery. Jesper already struggling to rotate. Issue is there is no slipstream with these cars. Or maybe barely any. He short shifted a bit, so I gain now, but too far away. Third gear is better than second there.
I love the dirty air.
Yeah, well, there is not much slipstream or dirty air, I think. But Gumball has disappeared from P3. Well, it's the same slipstream as it was there for Le Mans Virtual Series in RF2. It was so funny, I'm still laughing at it sometimes when I think when the pro drivers, or like the real life drivers, practice with us, and they were on the server trying to overtake, and they then came back to us saying that have we turned the slipstream off because at Le Mans they cannot overtake. Jesper is gone, and we said no, that's how they made the cars, because supposedly the real life data shows that that's how much slipstream there is.
I gotta drive through.
I just wanted to ask you, because you cut across so much and didn't give it back immediately.
Like I slowed down, I was just rolling, but...
No,
whatever.
the game forces you to like brake fully on the racing line. If it's acceleration phase, you just have to smash the brake and make a big concertina effect and have people crash you from behind, otherwise you cannot avoid the drive-through.
Smart.
And I'm passively aggressively trying to explain why that needs to be fixed.
Like, what I did there is a cut, and I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
understand this game anymore.
No, it's the time to give up, the time gained is way too short. And that's all. See you later.
You enjoy the win.
Thank you. Ah, that's a shame. Would have been a nice battle for P1. But yeah, indeed, if you cut a corner like that, you will see a red cut warning, and then that just means you have to immediately smash the brake wherever you are in hope to avoid the quickly approaching penalty. Yeah, sorry Andy for all the aggression in the words, but yeah. And Sean, about the game being difficult, I think it's much easier to get used to LMU than to iRacing, because in iRacing you don't feel the limit. Well, the limit doesn't exist there, you just underdrive all the time, never load the tire fully. But in LMU you can feel the limit, you can feel... Well, sometimes, especially with some hypercars, it's maybe a bit difficult to feel the fronts, but still, if you compare the feeling to iRacing, it's much easier. Or like, the force feedback is much more informative. Well, Andy, he gained loads, but he gave it all back within the same straight, so... Cannot expect drivers to immediately give up all the time gained. Especially if there's not even enough grip to slow down, like when he was cutting through the grass. You sometimes have to keep throttle on, even through the grass, just to keep the car stable. But I mean, I suppose in real life one would just skip the chicane and go around the bollards. And then if you do that, probably you avoid the drive-through already. Alright, thank you Alex, enjoy the food. No, but yeah, I mean... For sure the rejoin was very dangerous, like if there were cars there it would not be good, but I think Jesper knew that, and if he knew that there was danger of crashing other cars, he would have done it differently. But then I know that the system cannot really take that many parameters into consideration. It's still like... there needs to be more time to give up, even after the cuts. Sometimes it's just instant cut. You see, David is closing up on me? Or is it closing in on me? Speaking of the English language already, again. Once you're off the line there, understeering, there is just nothing you can do. But the car is getting faster and faster, even with those mistakes. So let's see, next lap is 38.4. The English isn't Englishing, copy. Two purple sectors, yeah. It's still getting faster. Bit too aggressive on the throttle. But let's see how much time I can gain without missing the apex at the Lesmos. Is that a 0.4 upcoming? Or the P1 in the leaderboard? Let's not mess up Parabolica. And I messed up Parabolica. Well, there is always next lap. James, you are still safe? Perhaps? Yes, Victor, yeah. On low fuel, you get extra horsepower. Yeah, Sean, well, iRacing is very expensive. That's the reason why I never drove iRacing. Because all I had was a CD of F1 Challenge and of R Factor 1 that friends gave me. So that's what I was able to drive. Then I got used to that, so... $13,000 slower, copy. Two more laps. David, you mean the Sebring rejoin after the hairpin? That was epic. I enjoyed the extra positions. This feels like a PB. And I upshifted too late. That's hopefully enough for P1 in the leaderboard. When I tried to improve that PB once more, the game says no. Wow, that was 1.5. That's crazy. I lost half a second compared to normal lap and got 1.5 cut points. Well, that's quite penalizing. I don't understand how is that fair. Well, Timo, I guess I'll do it. I hope I remember. But that research, or like that, what's it called, the Google forum that Studio 397 have been sending around for LMU improvement, I'm sure it had a lot of complaints about the track limit system there. I mean, the system itself is really nice, but it's just very, very strange sometimes. Like the amount of points that it gives, or sometimes it doesn't give, is unexpected. Alright, well, that's a P1. The second podium for today was made way too easy. But well, still the first corner was crazy. It would be so nice if there were any functionality in this game to scroll through standings. And I use this tiny pedal plugin, which is non-scrollable either. So we have 7 more minutes until... No, actually, next race we jump into intermediate. So we have a bit more time.
Congrats.
Thank you. Where did you end up at the finish?
12.
Yeah, in the end I got 1.5 cut warning point by skipping turn 1, like just the turn 2 apex a little bit. It's very, very insane.
Yeah. I think it's so difficult to like be consistent on the brakes. What could be just me need to...
Yeah, no, it's not easy, but I felt I could push it much harder than previous race.
Okay. So what race are up now?
Well, it should be Bahrain open, and then we can
Bahrain.
we can take the GTEs and do some
Okay.
random clicks on the setup and hope for the best.
So which GT?
I wanted to take the Corvette again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll join the Corvette.
Here David probably got the red cut warning and then he was just waiting and... It was tight. I just wanted to double check where happened there. Ooh. That's painful.
When I'm driving, does it say that I'm British? Like
What?
from the UK? Like when I look at my profile, I have a British like flag.
Oh, I'm still in the replay, but I'm gonna check. Yeah, that's so easy to happen. A bit of gravel and then bottoming with that stiff chassis on the anti-cut. It's so easy to lose it. Oops. No, I don't want a
Like,
screenshot.
I would be surprised.
Let's have some nice plus DR. Plus 3, alright. Now we go into Bahrain intermediate. And we will take the good old Corvette. No, for me you have Danish flag.
Okay, that's good.
And Donowski has done many laps, I suppose. Let's join some practice. What iRacing is changing their subscription thing or what? I've quickly glanced through some iRacing update reports, but I mostly focused on those nice tire model screenshots or like Spa 3D model updates and stuff. So this is open setup. You know what? I'm just gonna do this and this. How much rear wing? Keep it stock. Quite extreme ARBs. Dampers. 0. I need all the the softness here. A bit more pedal force, but not too much. Let's see if it works. Sean, LMU has its own dedicated engine. There is nothing compared to project cars. Or nothing same.
It's not like it's gonna rain or anything, is it?
I don't think it is going to rain. Probably not. Although it would be great if it did.
Yes.
Although I have never seen Bahrain and night and rain at the same time.
I guess Bahrain never seen rain. Anyway.
Wasn't there some F1 testing which needed to be like adjusted because there were a lot of raining?
Yeah, could be. Holy hell, these tires are cold.
Yeah. It's very cold, right? Very, very cold. Yeah, like 14 track temp.
The first lap is going to be mayhem.
No, it's not gonna because we have simulated tire warmers. Like you start with like 55 Celsius in the tires.
Yeah, okay. That's nice.
Yep. How do you find setups for LMU? Well, Lauro, it's not that easy to be honest. Like you can write LMU such and such track and car and setup and so on, and there are videos about them for sure. All the default setups are sometimes not that bad. Ooh, hello.
Hello. Like, what's going on?
It's gonna take 2 or 3 laps for tires to start properly gripping. But you can soften the springs, like softest rear spring and then a lot softer front.
I just miss a game that works.
It works, like it's very cold, like it's you cannot expect cars to grip up with 14 Celsius in the middle of a night. Right?
I can real life. I done my driving real life.
Yeah.
Especially such a heavy car.
Put the front and rear springs to minimum. I did that and I removed all the dampers. And it handles alright. Yeah, about the graphics, yeah, I think everything is on the lowest possible, apart from texture detail, which is highest, and the filter is highest, and the anti-aliasing is highest.
It's like four-wheel drifting all the time.
Yeah, kind of. It's quite weird. And maybe the softest front spring is a bit too aggressive. But this game should be good on any wheel. Logitech G29 should be fine. So let's see. 2 seconds off Andonovski. But Andonovski has done a lot of driving. Let's check the telemetry. So what do we have in chassis? We have... Yeah, that's quite weird behavior. So we have the blue is front right height. That's rather show slight filtered with a bit less oscillations. A lot of pitching. So like in the braking zone it goes like this, and then it's very oversteer on the brakes, and then it squats a lot, and then you have negative rake. So what should I do, to be honest? I don't know. Surely I could decrease some ride heights. It's already kind of on a minimum. Stiffer front ARB. It's tricky. Yeah, I think max min ARBs. Dampers, this is not well implemented anyway, so it's basically just extension of springs. I don't know, it's gonna understeer quite a lot. So I had like that. If I lower it, let's see. More preload. Yeah, I don't know. The data, well, I cannot live without data, but it's often in RF2 and LMU that you have graph like that with huge, well, where is my... Ah, okay. With a lot of front dive and a lot of rear squat, and then it feels like the car doesn't want to exit corners because it has negative rake, but on the entries it's super oversteery, so that's kind of a common theme among many cars. Just a lot of front movement and you cannot really balance it that well. Well, you can always make the car stiffer, but that's not really something you want to do, to be honest, because then you just keep losing mechanical grip. Very, very positive on the brakes, but out of corners it's understeering. I don't know if I can fix that. Well, I mean, the graph can look good, but I need the car to feel good. So 9 minutes of practice remaining. Then add some nice lockup. Rear engine behavior, like, yeah, I don't know. It would just be nice if there was a bit less movement. Would kind of need to add a third suspension to stop that lifting and diving and so on. But, well, GTE cars don't have third suspension. But it feels so dramatically different than the default setup at Sebring now. That rotation is insane. Oh, that was Jesper. Spun around. Jesper, you could try lowering the rear right height a bit, like 5.8.
Just gonna raise this shit.
It's I checked Motec and yeah, the front dives very hard into corners, so there is huge oversteer, or like huge rake into corners, hard hardly controllable, and then out of corners it's negative rake, so just keep that in mind. I don't really know how to quickly fix.
Shit game. Not worth my time.
Jesper being the best seller for this game. But well, the usual setup struggles. Well, you have 5 minutes still to unregister and re-register with Porsche if you want.
Yeah, I'm already doing that.
Ah,
But
okay.
then I need to figure that setup out. It's like I'm getting
Try loading the CDA setup if you can.
CDA.
Honestly, now for me that I have kind of some temperature in the tires, it's starting to feel quite good. Give it a couple of laps because the tires are very cold. It takes so long.
Like I gave it 5 laps and it was still sliding like crazy.
Well, my balance now is good, like I kind of like the setup. Yeah, Colin, indeed. Well, sim racing and real life racing are not that different. How much time do I have? 4 more minutes. I'm gonna save this, although... Okay, 2 more clicks down on the rear. Save. Orbit 9. Kind of want to put it to the lowest rear ride height and add a bit of rear ARB, but that's maybe not great. It's so silly because the jump from ARB detached to the lowest value that's non-detached, it's sometimes so huge that the balance shift is insane. Headlights are now required, of course. Why does it still say it? I have turned them on. Oh well, Colin, I'm looking forward to Interlagos a lot. I'm keeping that ARB. I mean, it's not really possible to judge the setup after half a lap on stone cold tires. But it feels a bit like more controllable. It turns a bit more, but well, it leans less, so... The guy on this court will be back at it again. Sounds relatable. Oh well, Interlagos into turn 1, I mean it's perfect for a lockup, right? It's a bit curved, that braking zone, and there is some bumps on the inside, and it's unavoidable. And then add some LMDH cars. Recipe for lockup every single lap. Oh, I have 2 Corvette 9 setups. What's the other one? Who would know? Load, assign, exit, and let's find the server. Join. We are joining. Well, Andonovski has done a lot of laps with the Ferrari, but he reckons that Ferrari is a bit off pace here, so I hope I can get somewhere close with the Corvette. Ah yeah, off camber. I mean, Interlagos turn 1 is kind of like banked in, but yeah, it does even out a little bit. And then yeah, there is this curb on the entry which you kind of take to some extent. It needs very compliant tires on the suspension to take it. Why do you switch monitors? Okay. I did put too much fuel into there. Well, again, 2 minutes and a half of practice, but all of that's gonna be cold tires. And then in the quali, it's gonna be fun trying to figure out where the limit is. Yeah, Colin, indeed. I always look strangely at the screen when there is a battle at Interlagos in F1 or any other series, and people defend the middle of the road, and then the overtaking car just sticks to the outside. I mean, you can always get a nice switchback if you have enough of a pace advantage, but well, just send it in on the inside. It's such an easy move. Well, not easy, it's never easy, but... So how do you like the Porsche?
Like, it feels it has 4 wheels, but I mean, I still don't like the physics of this game. They destroyed it, and it's sad to see.
All they added was protection against excessive slip angles and implemented working temperature windows.
And they destroyed it.
You like to slide your rears?
I like to be able to push the car.
One day I will give you some nice optimized setup and you will push the car.
Into the wall.
Well, that's an option, but I hope you can drive around the wall as well.
So how long is the quali?
I don't know yet. Let's see what the UI gives us.
if we don't have a game crash.
Currently I'm looking sideways out of the cockpit without any UI.
Yeah, I'm not in the UI now. I am. So 6 minutes. Yeah, I don't know how much fuel. Whatever fuel.
15. Let's go.
Did you
Okay.
get the car to not feel like a boat, like just sliding?
Kind of, but it
Okay.
requires more laps than quali is long, so it's gonna be a rowing contest.
Enjoy.
You too.
I won't.
And I'm locking up right as Jesper says he won't. Yeah. Come on. No, but it's really like so cold. 14.6 Celsius, and then the tires have really like down ramp on the grip versus temp. Luckily there is TC at least to help with it. Should be 3 attempts, I think. Actually, is it? No, it's not. It's gonna be 2 attempts. It kind of feels like... Wait, was that a broken shadow there? First half of this back straight was completely dark. But yeah, it feels like it's kind of wet and you just need to like wait for the car to exit the corner and not ever over push. But it's really nice because it's very dynamic and you just always have to feel for the limit. You can never just fully send it. Potentially Colin, let's see. He's been one of the rare people who enjoyed the tires before the update more. So let's not lock up. That was all right. Nice rotation, even in second gear, but I would like to see some purple sectors. Yeah, it's dark here, look, the road just goes as if that grandstand was having an effect on the shadow. And the nose is straight with 58.6. The apex a bit. $59.1, okay. Well, I can find half a second somewhere, I think. Finding all the bugs, yes. Alright. The lights at Spa, so it's not only me. A bit too much of a drift. And yes, Alex, it's intermediate, and I'll do the hypercars after this. And the nose is flying. The rear is floating everywhere. Let's see. Is this even enough for P3? Just about. David P2. 6 milliseconds. And Jesper is still coming? No, he's P5. Not easy to drive. 24 minutes, right. And it's gonna be... what is that? 90... No, I need to look at GTEs. 118. 13 laps. Bahrain horns at it again. Engine fuel 3 liters. 40. Well, should be 40-ish liters.
Okay. Whatever, really. Shitty game.
You don't like the cold temps?
I don't like the game in general. Monza was shit, and Sebring was shit.
Well, in quali you were good. Do you keep hearing the pit entry horn all the time as well?
Yeah, it's every time people finish a lap, I think. Or
no, I think
they go to pits.
Yeah, it normally doesn't happen. I think it's a big bug.
So 46 liters is enough, I assume?
Should be 40.
Okay. Oh, I put it at 1. It wouldn't matter anyway.
41, yeah. Well, I hope. I mean, it's 3 liters per lap, and then it's gonna be 13 laps.
Yeah, but I'm 2 seconds off pace. Like, I never tried that.
You're not far from P1, and turn 1 is a big braking zone.
Well, I like your positivity, but... Nah.
Okay. Yeah, that horn at Bahrain is like... I can usually hear it like when driving in the middle of a lap as well. Catch up. Right. Full speed. The classic slow reacting LMPs. Oh, 4 wide. 5 wide. What is going on? So, I'm P2 somehow. Apologies for all the unintended sound effects, but that's such a carnage. At some point I thought Jesper was ahead of me even. These races with LMP class ahead, doing its own things, are always good fun. So we kind of survived this.
I had LMP2 dive me and then crashed into me afterwards.
Yeah, we were like
Hopefully.
5 wide at some point. Did
Yeah,
you
but
hear-
it happened after all that.
Did you hear that
So I lost the train.
flat 6 revving up when David was off track? I thought he was gonna spin into me. Yeah, poor Jesper has lost a lot. But I was so close to being crashed out as well, or collected by some LMP2. Now, let's try to defend from charging Andonovski, who is half a second quicker. What a lockup. %88% front right. I mean, it was a crazy big lockup. Okay. I didn't know what he's gonna do. Luckily he stopped rolling. "20 more minutes." Now I have a bit of, how to say, a bit of understeer, because I try to fix all the snappiness. And the Ferrari is so fast on the straights. I'll have to defend into every corner until the race is over. Somehow I didn't have to defend here, but Timotei is quick. Well, Alex, I don't think it's multiplied. It was just a huge lockup. And I just didn't lift out of it. Kept braking. In a very stubborn fashion. Where is my stability? Bonk. I don't dare braking later. He will dive. Feels like the Ferrari can just brake so much later. And also has a superior acceleration and top speed and everything. But I think he dies when he upshifts to 6th gear, because the 6th gear on the Ferrari is extremely long. Oh, that curb shakes the wheel like crazy. Again, this same mistake. And there we go, side by side into the last corner. Overly aggressive defense, I suppose. Let's try to find some side draft. Did I turn into him? I have not felt any contact, but I heard the contact, so it might have been a very small one. I turned in so aggressively because normally the racing line is like most of the car on the curb and just 2 wheels on the asphalt. Yeah, but this is full in defense. I think what saved me was that I don't need to upshift to 6th. He has to upshift, and then I did gain a little bit from the side draft, I think. Oh, the Porsche died. That was David. And yes, indeed up and down. LMP2 coming to kill my apex. Okay. See you later. Poor LMP2 got spun around probably by lack of grip. It's so easy to do that into the last corner, like you brake on the inside 5 meters later and suddenly you are like 5 kilometers off the track. I've done that myself many times already, so... but a bit of a breather. Calm before the storm when he eventually catches back up with me. But at least I can see... What, that's gonna be a cut? Alright. At least I can see that I have realistic chances of defending. Five meters later and you're off to Jedi. That's a good one. I mean, I will try to take some personal bests, but Timo will be half a second quicker per lap. So let's say it's 2.0 over the finish line. Let's see what's gonna be the next lap around. Bit too aggressive on the throttle, but I trusted the TC to pick it up, but it didn't. It's gonna be a cut again, right? That one wasn't. Interesting. But Timo is not really closing in too much. What if it's the Ferrari tires giving up? He has hyperdrives. Well, I can only blame myself for making a setup with that much front. The moment I say too much front, I understeer like crazy. Yeah, that costed me a bit. But it's going to be a PB still. Well, about front right, I guess it didn't really get any thermal drag, and the abrasion itself is not really that critical, so it should be fine. Well, LMP2 is not that bad, but I think again that the default setup is too stiff for this track. I think the LMP2 is overall like quite a nice car, but all the default setups have stiffer front spring, which make it a lot more on the edge on every track. Should be what, 5 more laps? Should be wearing gloves, I'm losing the grip. One second to Timotei. Well, hyperdrives, I don't think there was any fix for the lockup, but it's not that bad on the LMP. Come on, accelerate. Well, up and down I had Alcantara steering wheel before, and I don't know about oils, like that thread, like the fabric of Alcantara, like it just wore down and became very slick, so then only certain rubbers from certain glove brands still gripped onto that surface. If I don't push or like sweat too much, then hands is fine on this rubber. The issue is that it's still summer outside and the AC is not really reaching my room. My fan is set to too slow speed. Oh, it was funny, even in Maastricht for that Sim Formula competition, it was January, and we had those Ace-Attack Forte wheels, and I had to dry my palms of my hands every lap on the straights. Summer in Britain, 19 degrees, copy. That's already winter for us. That's a PB, but Antonovsky is already in my slipstream. Free, it's good. It's just on the edge between 2 and 3 more laps. Well, I have the fuel. Oh no. Stop the lockup, come on, come on, come on. Oh no. Big pain. Wait, Jesper and David spun behind. Oh, I'm so sorry guys. I wanted to defend that so hard, but... Well, there you go, hyperdrives. The lockups are not fixed at all. Let's see, 74. I mean, it's not too bad for a wear, but that's a shame. I keep saying I will lock up less and less, but now I even lock up with the GTE. Into that corner, I mostly lost the rear into that corner. Oh, that's a big shame. I'll still P2. Lost for words actually. Although I did my defense in the first part of the race anyway, so there was some good fun and adrenaline from that, but I just don't know what to do with it when it locks up like that. Like I would immediately have to let go of the brake and then retry again and miss the apex a bit, but still make it, and I would still be ahead of Andonovski. But I kept braking. And I thought it's gonna be fine. And it wasn't fine. I think potentially the lockup was even worse than the lap 1 or lap 2 lockup into that sector 2 chicane or hairpin, where I lost 10%. There I kind of slowed down still, but here it just stopped slowing down. Even though it was just one tire being clocked. Now that's the RF2 muscle memory. When you lock up in RF2, you just need to keep braking, because it's better to keep braking with the lockup than to lift. Because if you lift and brake again, you will miss the apex more. And I cannot unlearn it. I have to unlearn it somehow, but we'll need a lot more practice. At least with the cars that are on the limit like this. Do you guys remember the last time I drove the Cadillac around this track? It was similar position. I was in the lead. P2 was in much faster car, well, on the new tires behind me, and I was able to defend somehow for some laps. And then I locked up and went straight off track. But that lockup was caused by me detaching the rear ARB to help with the stability. And today there is nothing like that to be blamed. Nice LMP. And tell me this is the last lap. It's not. Timo had the gap to brake and avoid the last lap, but he kept driving. Why is that car stopping?
That was eventful. Oh, you're not done?
I don't have checkered flag.
No, because the leader was in between us.
Ah, yeah, I see. David with the comment, half of you should get a permaban. Yeah, I guess he is messaging that to the LMP2s. Oh right, yeah, because it's multiclass and Timotei couldn't avoid the extra lap. Because the LMP2 leader is the one that decides.
Like me and David got wrecked so many times.
By LMPs?
Yep.
Crazy.
Like it was insane.
I had a big spin because I locked up. And then I saw you two spinning as well. I was waiting for you to come by, but then you didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but I just got a nudge from David from behind and I spun. And then he just waited, I guess, for me to recover.
Yeah. Either way. I guess I'm the last car on the track that will finish the race. One last drift. Oh, yeah. Here here I have already spun, right? No. Yes. I don't know. Where are the lap times? Lap 11.
So I have this weird bug. Maybe you can help.
Yeah.
When I move the mouse, I don't have a cursor. I move the background, like behind this the standing.
Press. So I think U. If you press U, then it enables.
Yeah.
Yeah, it enables free toggle or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Now it works. Like these temperatures should be illegal. All race was just fighting
Yeah.
for. If you just brake too much, turn in slow, and then accelerated, then was sort of alright, but yeah.
My setup was way over the edge.
I think mid-race, when we got some temperature, mine was okay-ish. It was very, very oversteery, and the brakes were difficult. And then in the end, it was just like, if I had 2 degrees steering input while braking, I would spin around. It was very difficult.
3 minutes to register.
Are we doing another one?
I am.
What is it?
I'm scared to tell you, but
If it's a hypercar, I'm gonna be so angry.
I fear it's not just hypercar, but it's hypercar at Sebring.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's like the total shittiest combo ever. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Understood. Well then, thank you for all the racing, right?
Yeah, well, thank you. It wasn't too much of racing from my side, but I did
It
join
was
the
some.
races.
Yes.
Anyway, enjoy.
Thank you. See you later.
See you. Bye bye.
Okay. Alex, take the Peugeot, but remember, the Peugeot on the default setup is undrivable. Remember Portimao. Completely off pace. 2 seconds. I'm thinking between Ferrari and Toyota. Come on, let's take a Ferrari for once. Haven't driven it for so long. Let's see if Timothy joins as well. Although the Toyota, what if the Toyota is faster? Why am I not in the list? Alright. We are all in the Ferraris. Let's quickly also fix this. And the back to online button. I keep forgetting. I will eventually remember. 500. Oh, and maybe a bit more of FFB. Should be all set. David, I will let Jesper know. I think he's off the chat already. Join. Yeah, Lauro, hypercar Porsche is strange. Like it's quite stable or balanced, but it's very hard to explain. Very slow to respond, or like very lousy. I don't even know what exactly that word means. Very lazy. Very lazy. And yeah, for sure, all the hypercars can have the tendency of feeling lighter, but you need more FFB for the hypercars compared to other cars. So let's say 45% for LMP2, 50 for the GTEs, and then 60 to 65 for the hypercars. And Alex, I will take the Peugeot on Sunday, don't worry. The time for the Peugeot will come. Okay. What is going on? Ah, okay. I thought I'm not getting the full lock in, but this is the Ferrari feature. Like if you turn a lot, suddenly the wheel becomes very light, and also tires are frozen, so cannot expect much grip anyway. Oh, the ARBs. I forgot what to do with the ARBs on the Ferrari. Ooh, that's the best when you try to exit a corner and the game freezes for a little bit. I need to recalibrate my brain. This is fast. Yeah, I will do 2.4 hour Le Mans on Sunday evening. The 18 UTC time slot, I think. Yeah, I'm getting the tires warm, but practice is over. Okay. That's it for the practice. Now let the fun begin. Frozen. I have the battery warning ready. But it's only enabled in the race. But yes, we are discharging. And the real road is still loading. That's taking ages. Still so many marbles across the whole track, look at that. Is that a bug? Look, it's just blinking. Okay, now the marbles disappeared here. I can decrease the motor map now. I guess 100 is fine. Several railroads still sinking. I've never seen that before. Well, I hope the message goes away in time. I need to brake later. No, earlier. I need to brake earlier with hypercar. The railroad is broken. Like these marbles are across the whole road. Oh, this is annoying. Anyway, tires are kind of warm, so let's go for a clean lap. Need to remember to shift earlier. I think the first yellow light is the shift point. Alright, thank you, Alex. Monumental mess up. Why is this stopping working out of corners? Big understeer. I lost? What's happening? What's happening with the delta? I lost so much time there. Crazy. I cannot make the apex. And I'm just about missing the extra attempt. Well, I keep driving. Just to get a bit better feeling. I had 34 tenths in it. But I couldn't carry it through. Need to fix DC. It just stops activating. A bit better now. How much front ARB do I have? It's super stiff. Oh, there are so many settings, I don't know. And the rear is on 1. Yeah, that's not great. That feels a bit better, so CP1 B1. I'm gonna put on my gloves. "25-minute race. Wrong lap. 107. 15 times 3.3. Okay, 51 should be fine. Maybe a bit more pedal force. I'm gonna lock up. So BP1, CP1. And let's have some fun. That's some lagging. Oh, motor map, that's a good idea. For the start. That's a lot of lagging. That guy is lagging. No, everything is lagging. Am I lagging? Oof. What a start. But I'm concerned about the lags. I hope the stream is fine. Yep, all good. Great. So it's server problem. That Toyota is fast. Should have taken the Toyota. We can decrease the motor map a bit. Well, it's alright if it hits 0, but it just mustn't go to 100. Well, Sebring concrete is surely a story on its own. Seem to have really good pace in low speed. Maybe the ARBs are doing some magic. It will be difficult to battle with these lags. Alright, Alex. Alex, enjoy your evening. Oh well, thank you Alex for the thumbnail again. Well, look, I think the whole server is far from everyone. What the snap? Why is this going on? Well, I went into the grass, but too much on the limit all the time. I caught it. I caught it. No spin, no barrier. But we are pushing like crazy here, so... That was such a lethal snap. And I was just thinking that the car is maybe a bit understeery still. So I did want to increase the rear ARB further, and I'm gonna do it. The TC is just reluctant to activate. It's on max. I guess I can put more cut, but it's not gonna do anything. Oh, and Donowski dived for P2. I hoped they would battle more. The Toyota is struggling, I think. Copy, Andy. I'm going for it. Oh, these bumps are so severe. Don't tell me I'm lacking pace. Well, it wasn't the cleanest of the laps. I'm massively struggling to get any kind of front grip. But the tire wear is equal. Too close to to T1 apex curb for comfort. Yeah, indeed, Andy. Thank you, Domi. Yeah, we're kind of converging into the same space on track. Was late on the brakes. Just further and further apart from each apex. Need more ARB. Now it turns too much. Oh well, Domi for now, I'm the 4th best. In line with the philosophy of you are as good as your previous race. I'm kind of lacking some pace here. So unnecessary. Let's make a good unsafe rejoin, but well, he's letting me through at least, but the race is gone. I've left him some space at the apex. I saw that he's just gonna stick his nose in, which is the biggest no-no you can do. But I thought he's gonna have enough of gap to slow down at the apex without going into me. It's not shifting. Do I need to slow down? Who programmed this? If I hold clutch, why can I not shift? Why do you need to slow down to upshift? Yeah, my dear viewers, I don't know what to tell you. It's one of those things like something goes wrong and then it just starts becoming worse and worse. I think I must have pressed both pedals at the same time on the straight. Like by mistake, I think I like left the wheel like that and then held it back, but I must have flipped the downshift at the same time as I don't know. Okay. I mean, no crash here, so alright. And I was quite close to crashing the other Ferrari in the sunset bend previous lap anyway, so I'm not going to complain. Oh well. Guess I try carry this P6 home. Yeah, I went into the neutral, the same mistake as in Formula Sim Racing WC in that crucial Silverstone round. I was leading after the last pit stop and then blew the engine because of the neutral activation. And I have disabled it in RF2, but I have not disabled it in LMU. Yeah, I can disable it. But I used it for 10 years in sim racing. Well, it's too late, the brakes. I used it for 10 years and never had any issue with it. And then I had several issues within one single year. But yeah, I'll remove that, I think, just for the safety. I think it must be something to do with the geometry of the shifters on this beautiful wheel rim. Well, Andy, do you forecast people crashing ahead? But this is crazy workout. When I put the FFB to 60, I didn't think that it's gonna be that heavy, to be honest. Well, maybe it would be fine for some smooth track, but the Sebring bumps probably killing me. Oh well, Neely has spun, but well, I'm too far behind. Well, I could have 25 Newton meters, but I have reduced it to 19 in Semicube Profiler. I'll quickly check in Motec after the race, where it peaks. Would just gladly accept or gladly appreciate fighting for P2 or P1 at the moment. Although, well, 4 podiums in 4 races would be quite something. So I have to accept P3, P1, P2 and probably P6. Now, honestly, I just didn't have the pace. I was lacking 2 to 3 tenths. If I put the perfect lap together, I was just about holding on for the pace. But then it was understeering more and more, and then that was all that was needed for the guy behind me to dive me. And I was obviously seeing him coming, but I was as well very reluctant to give safe space to him, because I needed every meter on the track to have chances at P2 or P3. And the DC is still making me lose the rear. I don't know. It's not the cut, it's the other values. Oh, they are fighting hard. I don't know what it is. I have understeer, but the more the corner progresses, the more the rear is doing something weird. And then as I try to go onto the throttle, it just increases the slip. Maybe it's the ARBs and I have just cranked the rear way too high to compensate for the kind of built-in understeer, which would have to be fixed in a different way. Yeah, maybe I would need, I don't know, softer front or higher rear ride height. Yeah, hyper I can use. This is a sim hub dash on my wheel now. And the Ferrari had like 50 kilograms of BOP from the start, I think. David has fallen off. I think he was P3 at some point. Playing with fire there on the entry into those three corners. Should be one more lap. Is David damaged? Do I have a top 5 chance here? Ah, I messed up those corners so much. Just a bit too far. Oh, my arms are gonna fall off. That was a crazy race. Ay, ay, ay. A shame about the server lagging at the start. And then shame about that weird dive from behind. But alright, I got my workout in. And some maybe potential clips for the content. Wait, turn 1 first. Ah, it was Neil sleeping on the start. Or maybe button malfunctioned. Well, it was close, but maybe not that crazy close. And like, I can see the car, the red car, like in the middle. But it looked like he was accelerating. And then suddenly I realize, nope. Yeah, the button. He was still going 60. No, what? He pressed the button again. Well, happens. Then I went from P6 around the outside. Yeah, that was a beautiful move. Where did I lose it? Yeah, it was here. I was not even on the curb. I don't know. The TC just didn't do anything. No activation. Lucky save. And then let's quickly check. Here I'm trying to battle shift protection. I don't know. Is that kind of brake check? Well, I broke as late as I dared. Maybe the Toyota can brake later, and then he suddenly realized he's gonna crash into me, so he tried to avoid me. I did leave enough space, but not for the acute angle he was coming in with. Yeah. Then maybe the server lagging, and I cannot really blame LMU for contact at 10 centimeters. And then even Neil got collected. Ay. And then I was trying to fight the neutral. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then straight into neutral, and then you have to, well, slow down. But come on, like, it should be so that if you go into the neutral, you can, like, squeeze the clutch and shift somehow. Anyway. What can I say? It was crazy good racing throughout the whole evening. Thank you guys a lot for watching and staying here in the chat with me. I'll quickly check the ratings. Well, Colin, yes, of course, but I was trying to like squeeze the gears. Sorry, the what's it called? Pedals. Like I have clutch on the pedals behind, so with that I should be able to shift. And well, the shift protection helps with it. These cars don't have a clutch. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe I mean, I would assume there is some kind of clutch in some way. Well, they have to pull away from the box, right? I mean, they do it on the battery. I don't know how it is. Maybe I need to learn about it. -4 though, so not that bad. sure it was a very nice race among the others. In the end, the Ferrari prevailed, but the Toyota is fast around here. Oh, my fellow Slovenian with the Peugeot. Alright, oh well. The last two races didn't go exactly to the plan, but that's how it is. And I only can blame myself. Not really blaming. It's just how it is. So with one lap of practice, you cannot expect everything to be perfect. And I still had some good fun, good battling, and yeah. They're sequential, so you would have gone into first. Yeah, look, I have 6. Can show. Well, one kind of rocker pedal, then shifters and the double clutch. It's kind of nice. Well, that's probably, or no, that surely is the best hardware prize that I have ever received at the competition. All right. Jonathan, maybe, but I think the default setups don't make it easier because the default setups are usually hard and bouncy and have some packers and they're kind of stable, but over the bumps they do stuff. And I did promise before I close it down, check the FFB. So 100% is, I think that's correct to say that 100% is where it clips. And it clips at edit. Well, at 18.8 Newton meters. So over those big bumps on the straight, I was getting the whole 18.8. Although that's not really a corner. So where is the corner? So this is... Oh, actually, this is turn 1. So I was... yeah, I mean, it did feel like that, yeah. At some point in turn 1, I was just holding on for dear life. And the FFB was going max. And you can see that it clips, it doesn't go above it. I think that's how this channel works, FFB output. Last corner at some phases as well. Andy, I lost DR overall, -4. Jonathan, this is Motec. Well, DAM plugin for RF2 installed into LMU. And then I open it up in Motec. Yeah, Luca, I should what I should have done was to leave this I mean at 50%. But it really depends on the setup. If I had softer setup, oh, I'm sorry about this, but like I have this light bulb program now that adjusts the colors, and now I'm opening Motec and it isn't what's the word, taken out of this. So where is Motec? I2 save, and now it will be an exception, so it will not be warmly colored for the evening. So yeah, let's check. That's a lot of packer. And then you see, like, you arrive into turn 1. It's a bit hard to say. Usually, like in the middle of this graph, when you see this is the third packer, and then if it curves up again, it's the corner packer. It's not really hitting it that much, but it's riding the the third quite a bit. Yeah, and I can see the body roll like front to rear here. In the end, I had it 1.08, but when I started the race, it was 1.2 before the reduction of the ARBs. Yeah, this was 0.9, where actually the front was leaning more than the rear. That was a bit too aggressive. All right. I need some food, some sleep, and I'll be back on Saturday with RF2 Virtual Endurance Championship preseason 3 hours of Spa. And it's maybe going to rain, and it's maybe going to be crazy, and I'm the only one with the McLaren. Back to online. Let's practice clicking this button. Nice. So thank you again for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.